I'm Clarence White. I'm the Associate Director here at the Eastside Freedom Library. Thank you for joining us for this iteration of the Kaleidoscope Project readings. Today we have 6 writers who are joining us who have been through a workshop process that is a 3-part process that brings together writers from different communities. Today our readers are Patti Kameya, Antonio Duke, Chavonn Williamson, Rebecca Nichloson, Chapman, and Rebecca Nichloson. This is a project that was brought to us by Rebecca Nichloson, who is a multidisciplinary artist here in the Twin Cities. And we are glad that you are here for another round of stories, because this is a place of stories, the Eastside Freedom Library, that not only come from all over the world, but have been here on the East Side for hundreds of years. This is Dakota land, but just about every wave of immigration and migration has come through this part of the world. And we're glad that you're here for other pieces of this collection of stories. I want to thank not only the writers and the artists, but also support from the African American and African Studies Department at the University of Minnesota, the Minnesota Humanities Center, and the Minnesota State Arts Board with their legacy funding. Thank you again, and I know that you will be inspired by these readings. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Rebecca Nichloson. Today I am going to read a poem called Peninsula. The old great charlatan said, "Earth crumbles under globalism, not imperialism, internationalism, or universalism," declaring Earth crumbles under arbitrary distribution of humanity, peoples with myriad tongues traveling at the speed of sound on the globalism wave, withering, dying beneath sky that does not weep, and arms that won't take, love, hold, or see them. Intellectuals, traders, workers, refugees, immigrants, sprawled across seawater. America, center in constant reconfiguration of global economic and political alliance, closes its arms, grows barren as cloud stranger in the sunless above, looking down on what and who it cannot abide, nor crumbling earth, nor withering dying peoples, or sunless aboves. Is this the end of days? Has time stopped? Is this the story passed down to me from grandmama that winter morning, to the little ones in huts, villages, and schoolrooms, glorified in blood and in stone?
Hi, I'm Patti Kameya. Today I will read a poem called The Transformation of Things. Chiling dreamed she was a giraffe. Her jewel-toned fish scales softened into furry coral reef patterns. Her fiery mane fell to the ground. Antlers shrank to fuzzy nubs. Her neck reached skyward to hear words from heaven. Her wide, soulful eyes saw many li without flying. When her cloven hoofs touched earth, she became one with grass and other living things. She walked with the wind, leading the sun across the sky. Her dream took her to Malindi, a private menagerie of peacocks and rare creatures adorned a palace garden. Breezes teased the rippling fountains of coral brick and stone. Persian carpets, Venetian glass, Yemeni and Chinese urns filled the Sultan's rooms. In the courtyard pressed a strange man with lustrous robes and a child's smooth face. His bronze voice conveyed Arabic greetings, bearing silk, porcelain, and spices from a faraway king. The Sultan gave him gold and ivory, hardwoods, precious resins. The strange man waved a large hand toward Giraffe. Attendants approached her with a red silken bridle. As the soft rope draped down her neck, Giraffe's memory flooded her heart. Memories of a sun-swept savanna, memories of her mother's panicked calls, of arriving at the palace in a tangle of net. Now, the strange man led her with other exotic beasts to the son of heaven across the sea. Chilin awoke from her deep sleep. Clouds pillowed her cloven hooves. She arched her deer-like neck to peer at the world below. It was 1414. The emperor's navy and foreign envoys bore wondrous gifts as they proceeded down the thoroughfare of Nanjing. Lions, leopards, ostriches, zebras, rhinos, an outlandish zoo. Above all others towered an ungainly creature. Her proud neck dared to stalk the heavens. Her large eyes must let in ghosts. Brown spots unseemly on dry land. Giraffe read Chilin's face and spoke. You may dream, but you do not live in my body. You cannot know. Giraffe shook the air, crying for home, but the people only marveled. Such silent grace! Surely she portends a virtuous reign. Chilin lost her dream of Giraffe, but she knew the people were wrong. Virtue fades with each act of force. In the name of progress, mass-produced paper replaced papyrus and silk. Giraffe sells toys from a warehouse, and Chilin now prances on beer labels. In the name of progress, they are transformed into things, to sell things that pass as dreams. What comes next? We may share tales around the fire of Ibn Battuta and Zheng He, sailing the Indian Ocean. Our stories turn new leaves, spilling rice and sugar from the folds. What comes next? We may play in the wisdom of Zhuangzhou. To wait for one voice to bring us together is pointless as waiting for no one. Set our will in global winds, allow change to run untrammeled, and help each other grow old.
Haikus and solidarity. A fierce ghost lingers in the corner, pointing out to an old hatchet. I take hold of it, surprised by its iron weight, emboldened to cut. If blood must be spilled, will you help carry the heads or applaud after? Peaceful protest, please. Nah, fuck that, they use tear gas. So now violence? Another body, more ghosts in the corner there. Will you hear the drums and sing by river moonlight to prepare for war? What do you do when you're met with illogical, crazy ass white fuckers? What if they don't hear any of the poems or gone? Another body. Solidarity. even when ash engulfs us, blackening the trees, to find each other. In the dark by way of kin, across the numbness, to hold space to feel whatever tongue-tied ocean hurricanes itself. Eye of the storm carving out a Babylon, a poetic sea. Which shipmates are you? What lost language keeps you afloat? Who your people is? How can we honor our ghost-haunted histories upon a new song? What does it mean, gone? How can we hold each gone? Another body. Solid, gone. Too many bodies that gone, 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 gone.
Hi, my name is Chavonn, and the pronouns I use are they, them, and she, her. The first poem I have is called Please Leave a Respectful Comment. It's a found poem made when I rearranged the comment section from the article, Can Black Asian Americans Move Past Historical Animosity in the Interest of Solidarity? Found on PBS. It's an unfortunate story. Distorted truth is often the perpetrator of violence. The majority of those perpetrators were white. The US population stands to reason a more accurate portrayal and to not support the narrative that so much of the media seeks. No lie they won't pretend is true. No statistic they won't twist into a pretzel. Masquerading journalists deflect the blame towards blacks. In truth, attack conspiracy theories. White supremacy is a criminal event. Justice, the latter option. The next poem I have is called Meditation on Absence. 1. I bite my tongue so much, I wonder why I still bleed when my words get picked apart. 2. I have my eulogy prepared in case I meet handcuffs. 3. Those unlike me are surprised by police violence, when instead they should wonder, who will be next? My last poem is called Litany. It's in honor of Yuri Kochiyama, Grace Lee Boggs, and other revolutionaries. May this be so. May those ahead of us turn to your words when solidarity seems impossible. May your lives be a reminder that solidarity is what binds us to this earth. Without it, we're untethered. Please forgive us when truth feels like dry dirt and ignorance like silk, and we choose what makes us feel good over what feels right. When ignoring our siblings feels easy, may we pursue justice. May we walk through your mistakes without stopping. May this litany become muscle memory. May it serve to put fire in our stomachs. May this fire seek to enlighten rather than rage. May our rage be useful. May your legacy be our light. May your unfinished dreams through us become realities. Amen. May this be so. May we will it so. Thank you.
Medial Gospel by Chapman. Rough topography of reclaimed text, two peoples perusing in unison a wealth of understanding. The few main stage cage fights something of the past. No longer masses marionettes are strings long severed. And 'cause we ain't of this lifeless tundra, our gathering is rich with song and nourishment. Our sea of tones part only for feasting, the gentle waft of collard greens and kimchi and more types of rice than anyone knows what to do with. Let's gnash away the tension and speak with food-laden lips if we must. Whose rule is that anyway? Between the smacks of smashed yams, I want to hear your stories. Know the triumphs of your people, and yes, the hardships too. How so many start same sun-starved visage. How we both know what it is to be hunted for sport and hate's interest. Both big game but ain't displayed the same. Our mounts neighboring, poised as opposite for separation's sake. Yet our cries are so synonymous. Intertwined, a shared grief, cacophony. We sing of homes long lost, a longing. Tonight, let's do away with the bitter. Break bland glaze of unheard truth and line our dining hall with love, or at least understanding. We'll ward our bodies with so many pungent spices, they'll never come knocking again.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Nichloson, and today I'm sharing dumplings. I held the wrapper, clueless digits manhandling a full moon into piecemeal tragedy. Drop your wrist and curve your fingers. Let them suspend freely, like this. To make a good dumpling, your hand has to be supple, the wrapper thin, translucent, and round like the full moon, even with no shadow of Chang'e or her jade rabbit, but always thicker in the center than around the outside, so it stretches thin from the inside out as you push, shove, squeeze in more luscious, meaty filling. She puckered up the edge, fold, tuck, pinch, in a slow motion still too dizzying for my 3-year-old eyes. Don't worry, you'll get it with practice. Just, no matter what you do, the outside must stay smooth and never crack or show signs of distress, even in a rolling boil, or we'll be slurping skin split from flesh. I pouted and got demoted to the wrapper making station, where I spent the next 10 years perfecting the full moon inside others' hands. My mom worried I only knew half of dumpling making, which meant half of being Chinese, half of being daughter, woman, future wife, and mother. Because like all immigrant mothers, she must never know why, where, who, when, and how I practiced the other half. I kissed a boy, or he kissed me, a man, before he jammed me into the corner, legs still stretched over his head. The cop agreed I was too young, too beautiful, too intelligent, spoke too good of an English, and had too bright of a future for this to continue affecting me. fold, tuck, pinch. Your dad got transferred to somewhere in Arizona. No, we still don't know where he is. Just that they cranked the AC and floodlights at night and I refused to give out blankets. And that a Mexican, well, he spoke Spanish, died from a heart attack the other day. I only saw a doctor when they removed his body from the cell. How many detention centers in Arizona fit that description? Fold, tuck, pinch. Abre la pinche puerta, puta. ¿Y por qué no quieres ser mi novia? Sometime after I mailed off the last check to the Corrections Corporation of America, he asked me to be his girlfriend, offered to pay my back tuition, then shoved my head into his crotch when I refused both. I fled to a closed church, then a friend's house, then a park, then another friend's house. I grabbed my phone with one hand and the knife under the pillow with the other. 5 a.m., more pounding. I flee again. He swerves his brand new truck into the driveway and cuts me off. Fold, tuck, pinch. I had a black girl here yesterday, but nothing is as fun and accommodating as an Asian girl. I did a 360 in my bikini and got down on my knees, at once praying not to turn up at the bottom of this lake, and consummating the white man's century-old fiction to afford books that lectured me about them. Fold, tuck, pinch. I remembered and was careful to only stretch thin from the inside out. Never crack or show signs of distress, the full weight of my core hanging adrift at the tip of a rolling boil, the same way my mom worried. 担心 is to suspend in midair, to carry over the shoulder, preferably with a pole, one's heart. Did the Mexican, the one that spoke Spanish, die the same way I live? Heart suspended inside a caged thorax, sunken between the weight of dream and responsibility, pedigree and martyrdom, patria y muerte. Or did my dad live the same way he died, his back marked with clueless digits manhandling a full moon into piecemeal tragedy?